Once again, the saga continues.
Salutations, friends. It's me, Charlotte. It's good to see you're still sticking around. There were a lot of complications, but now the expedition is back up and running. We can't afford to give up on our Spiky Loaf. Never give up. And I hope you missed me, too. Last time, Spiky Loaf overcame her PTSD from Pokebun by discovering a fake bun and abandoning it as well.
Fake.
To clear her mind, she visited the storage unit and the beach, and then slept in a bush. Continuing her adventure the next day, she ventured into a ravine and killed a noisy bird.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Heading to high ground, she caught sight of the dome once more, but heard a scary sound. There's no time. We must go quickly to the scene and witness what is about to happen. Today in the Isle. The adult Tyrannosaurus does not seem interested in starting a difficult boss battle against Mama Spiky Loaf. But that does not mean she is safe from him, as he might be waiting ahead for a sneak attack that will give him an advantage. We've seen it before. Slowly, she heads down the hillside. Wait, there's something there. It's an injured, limping, toothy boy. The situation seems to have become much more complicated. Spiky Loaf needs to get off the mountain, but she's careful not to get too close to the predator. As they say, a wounded animal is extremely dangerous. But if it's wounded, she might be able to kill him in a single charge. Spiky Loaf has to make a decision. The larger predator might still be lurking about, so she hasn't got much time. There's no reason to cause a ruckus. If the Tyrannosaurus was hunting this white toothy boy, he isn't likely to chase after Spiky Loaf. Soon, it sounds like the Tyrannosaurus has arrived at the scene. The two predators seem to be talking about something. Trying to make as little noise as possible, Spiky Loaf promptly evacuates the area and heads downriver. She passes the two stone towers she saw from the cliff, so she knows she's headed in the right direction. Once free from the danger and tension, Speckle Loaf grabs a drink and sniffs for food. What a day she's had, already, on her way to the dome. Without the dome in sight, Speckle Loaf isn't sure where to go. The river has curved a lot to the right, so she decides to head left into the spooky forest. With any luck, she'll pop back out of the forest closer to the dome. Spiky Loaf is too slow to catch the tiny toothy boy. The spooky forest is very claustrophobic, with lots of tree canopy. It's useless to keep going without the light of day. Even in the spooky forest, the dome can be seen ahead. Please try to get some rest, Speckle Loaf. The spooky forest is vast and difficult to escape. Finding it difficult to fall asleep, Speckle Loaf doesn't get much rest, and ends up sleeping until midday, when she is awoken by the dreadful cries of someone also trapped in the spooky forest. Speckle Loaf decides to investigate. It seems close by, and she might make a friend. There's so much canopy, it's difficult to see ahead. Soon, Spiky Loaf comes upon Spooky Lake. She keeps her eyes peeled, and hears the cries once more. They must be close. But there's no one here. Spiky Loaf keeps searching, but there are no traces of anyone else nearby. Was what she heard even real? Now she's adventured too far from the hilltop where she slept, and is lost once again. Finally, she finds a clearing with some high ground. She's able to tell a bit of where she's at. In the distance can be seen the lonely tower and the monolith at the beach storage unit. She climbs higher, and is now able to see the entire spooky forest from above. Judging by the locations of the tower and monolith, the Great Dome must be over the ridge straight ahead. But, to climb up the ridge, she must travel downstream to where it lowers down. It's a bit of a trek, and it's through more of the spooky forest. But our Speckle Loaf is determined and brave. Without wasting time, she heads down into the spooky forest once more. Night is falling. She covers a small distance, but then finds a spot in the bush for the night. Effortlessly, she is found by a predator who was tracking her. Confident, she steps out of the bush to face him. It's a raptor. He is probably the scout for the pack. A whole group could descend on her at any moment.